Loffman is a Jewish spiritual musician. During their time pursuing the Masters in International Peacebuilding, they got inspired to create several songs that are included in the album for which they are raising funds. Listen to learn more about Marni's work. Hi, Marni. It's nice seeing you again. How are you?
Hi, it's great to see you too.
So, I would like to know what's the main theme on your album?
Yes. So my album is a collection of 13 pieces. Some are in English and some are in Hebrew. To me, music has always been a form of prayer. It's a place where I express myself authentically, where I seek healing and connection and joy and depth and meaning. And so it's a collection of prayers for me. Some I've written myself. They're words that I've written that I've needed to hear in difficult moments or in moments where I'm seeking emotional and spiritual care and support. Kind of a lot of my songs are a form of self-talking through the ups and downs of life. So those prayers in that sense. Um, and then some of them draw on the Jewish liturgy, and the prayers from the Jewish liturgy all deal with moments of change and transition, or movement in some way or another. So the album are these songs that explore what does it mean to pray from a place of change, transition, the rockiness and constant evolution of life, emotionally, physically, all of those things. And the album is an offering of like spiritual and emotional care to hold me and to hold others through those things. And the concept of it is based off of a Jewish prayer for traveling, the Traveler's Prayer, um, which blesses us with peace on our journeys and life and joy in our journeys, and comes from this place of vulnerability of what it means to travel, whether we're physically traveling or spiritually or emotionally traveling. Sort of the prayer contains some of the fears and a wish for those fears to not happen to us, and some of the dreams and hopes for peace and ease and joy in journeying. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I have checked your social media accounts, TikTok. You have a lot of followers on TikTok, right?
Yes. I have 13.2 thousand followers on TikTok.
Shema Kolenu Adonai Eloheinu Chus V'rachem Aleinu V'kabel ברחמים וברצון את תפילתנו. I'm calling out, hear my voice. I'm calling out, hear my cry. I would like to know more about if any experience at HIU inspire you to create one of these songs.
Yeah, it's a great question. So I did this Master's in International Peacebuilding at HIU, which was this interreligious, interfaith, intercultural, international program, and it was really formative for a lot of the music because for me it also represented my own journey as a Jewish person and a spiritual seeker and somebody who has deep roots in a certain cultural and religious space, but feels so connected to so much other truth and is always seeking to expand my sense of truth and connect across difference. And it was actually in a lot of relationships and spiritual experiences last year on the MAP program that a number of the songs were written. One of the songs, which is an English prayer, that calls us to learn from water and to allow water to be our teacher and to kind of sustain us and bring us peace and ease in our journeys, to release ambition, to release goal orientation, and to be with process and movement. That song I actually wrote with one of my closest friends from the program, Fatima, who she and I went to this waterfall in Middletown, which is not far from Hartford. And it was a waterfall that I had grown up going to, and not grown up, but I went to a lot in undergraduate degree. And we were sitting there once, and I asked her what the water was like what she was thinking of or what the lessons of the water, like what was coming up for her as we were watching the waterfall and the water moving. And she said the word tranquility was coming to mind. And we sort of just started journaling about tranquility and what that means. And then I started singing this song. So that was written very much in this like interspiritual relationship, two people, very different worlds, but with like a similar heart and desire to find meaning in the places that we encounter and to find and create depth. Yeah, it was just a very prayerful environment, and that was
Yeah,
really unique to my experience at HIU,
yes.
and I loved it. And it nourished something that like is deep within me and gave me space to be creative around that and gave me relationships and people to be creative with around that. So it was really special.
Yeah, and the cohort was very diverse and in personalities too. I still remember every student of the previous MAP program. Why do you think it's important for people to consume music, spiritual music like the one that you're producing?
Mm. Yeah, that's a great question. We find ourselves in the day to day very much in survival mode, focused on the what of life, like I need to do this and I need to do that, and constantly, preserving our lives. Um, and one of the questions that I have is like, for what purpose and why? Um, and we can spend a lot of time preserving life or sustaining life, but there's also not just the what of life, but the why. And to me, art is a really important piece of the why of life. It brings us beauty, it moves us, it connects us to community and others. And then music also has the power to trigger the emotional parts of ourselves that increase empathy and connection and care. And actually, a lot of the focus in the program, I did my capstone project on the power of music to kind of transform community, to transform relationships, and transform people's sense of belonging with one another. And so the music that I'm making, I really believe is meant to connect people and is meant to increase empathy and and to increase kind of our understanding of the things that we share with one another. Yeah,
That's a beautiful answer. I agree
thank you.
totally with that. Uh,
Thanks.
invite our audience to support you with your album.
Yeah, thank you so much, Liz, for having me, and to HIU for having me and giving me this space and platform. My album is a crowd-funded, community-funded album, so the whole project um, is sourced from lots of different people across lots of different communities, which to me also is like a part of the process of the project as well, which is that it's not sort of like a single donor from a single space or affiliation. For me, it was really important for for the album to be like belong to all of us because the music is meant to belong to all of us as well. And so, yeah, it's a crowd-funded album, and the money goes to paying some incredible musicians who have been rehearsing and working really hard to bring the beautiful music into the world, to support the technician, the sound engineering, the production work before, the production work after, the videographer, because there's going to be some videos of the music, of interviews with musicians, of conversations about the music to sort of enrich people's experience of it as well. So there's a lot of amazing people putting work and time and energy. So yeah, I have an Indiegogo page that I've posted in my bio on Instagram. It's the first link in the link tree. And you can also find it on my Facebook page as public posts, Marni Loffman. And click there to donate and help make this project a reality.